Top of the morning to you. This is Brian. Hope you are doing well. I am reading. Can you believe that? Reading again. Mostly Audible books, but I am reading. I came across a phrase that I heard many years ago. Actually, somebody was trying to steal it. Um, I, Either that or I wasn't paying attention. It's probably more likely that I wasn't paying attention. But one of our group managers, company managers on one side of the company, the side I wasn't in, was teaching in an all-staff meeting just about being better people. And I love that topic. That's why I'm here. Is I'm learning and teaching myself to be a better person. I want to share that with you because I think that's kind of the journey. That's part of the art of fulfillment. I talked a couple weeks ago about two areas of mastery: the art or the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. And I'm working on the art of fulfillment. That's why I'm here too, because I want you to achieve fulfillment. But as he was teaching this, he said this statement that for me was quite profound. He said, when you're in pursuit of something or wanting something or desiring something, take these three simple steps: be, do, and have. And I thought, wow, he's such a genius. And maybe he is, because he was probably reading some of the things that I'm reading and continue to read. Only a few months, maybe even weeks after that, I discovered that be, do, have was really common in Zig Ziglar's presentation. One of his parts and stories, oh man, is he a storyteller. If you want to do something good today, find some Zig Ziglar on Audible or podcasts or somewhere, recordings, and just stew on Zig Ziglar. But he described the be, do, have. And yesterday when I was reading Kiyosaki's book, Cash Flow Quadrant, looking at the four areas of cash flow, whether you're an employee, a small business owner, a large business owner, or an investor. And part of being over on the large business owner and investor side is being that first, because a lot of us have to start to get that first little bit, to get that budget underhand on this other side of being an employee and a small business owner, one or both of those, to move over. And he talked about the be, do, have. But it wasn't until yesterday that I separated the be, do. When I first heard it and when I was first applying it, I was like, be, do. Okay, I'm doing what that, I'm being, I'm doing. Be, do, have says first, kind of decide where you're going, what you want, what your BHAG is, to go back to yesterday, big, hairy, audacious goal, and be the type of person that you need to be that kind of person, that kind of success, that kind of victory, that kind of accomplishment, that kind of achievement that you want, that's going to lead to your fulfillment. Well, the whole journey is the fulfillment. The satisfaction in following that journey is the art of fulfillment. So be, for me, was always do. So I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to act like that guy. I'm going to dress like that guy. I'm going to eat what they eat. I'm going to work out like they work out. I'm going to go to the church that they go to. I'm going to try to read the same books that they read and watch the same podcasts. And yesterday, I don't know what it was in Kiyosaki's book, that he just said it and it clicked for me. Well, he said it. He said something about doing something. It doesn't matter what it was, because it clicked for me, the doing something. And he said, that's do. You have to be. And be isn't action. It's not physical action. It's not worldly action. It's be. And he referenced Think and Grow Rich, which I just finished reading as well. I'll put all these books down in the doobly-doo so you can grab them with my affiliate link and help me out, help me get excited to continue this journey of sharing. But that separation of doing and being And the reference to Think and Grow Rich, it's probably the combination of all those things that Kiyosaki put together that made me break a paradigm in my head. I thought doing and being were the same thing. But the being leads to the doing. And I had them mashed together. The being is the spirit. The being is the thoughts. The being is the vision. And the being is the visualization. It's the formation of the ideas. Be, think, and grow rich. And think like your outcome thinks. And I was like, whoa. And I spent a lot of yesterday morning doing a lot of thinking and meeting with my coach and thinking through where am I going? What do I want? I love this. This is probably my favorite part of the day, other than doing this with my kids and family. But be, thinking, visualizing. I've got an excellent visualization exercise. It doesn't really work well online. I might try it later. But visualization, until I did that exercise, that was a paradigm shift for me. That was a belief breaking thing. If we visualize what we want, what we're doing, all the actions we're taking or planning to take, don't get stuck there. That's analysis paralysis. Just thinking and staying in the thought and never taking that action. But being there, being in the thought, being in the vision, visualizing what you want, visualizing what you need to do to get there, and repeatedly visualizing it, is part of the being. The being is also, I was going to say stopping and smelling the flowers, but it's stopping and imagining the flowers, maybe. It's stopping. In the Bible, it says, be still and know that I am God. Being is part of that prayer, part of that being, part of that conversation with, as I say in Think and Grow Rich, infinite intelligence. I call him God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And that's the being. I had a thought, it just escaped me. Oh, the visualization. So when I was an alpine ski racing coach, we took 13 and 14-year-old kids from the Midwest out to Colorado to perform and compete in the Junior Olympics. And one of the events there is downhill. And downhill on Spirit Mountain here in Minnesota is kind of cool. You go 30, 40 miles per hour. And it's cool. I did a downhill. Yay! Woo! And then when they get to Colorado and the slopes are like this and they're hitting 50, 60, 70 miles an hour and just their skivvies trying to go fast, tucking down the mountain, it's a little different scenario. And actually it's really great the way they structure that for these young athletes. The development path is good because there's practice runs and there's a lot of inspection time. And a lot of people have heard the phrase perfect or practice makes perfect. And that's not quite accurate, because you could practice the wrong thing over and over and over and you're going to be good at that wrong thing or the wrong way, the wrong steps. But during that time we have, I think it's 2 or 3 days of practice runs. And we go through as a group and we inspect where are the flags that they have to ski around down the hill. What is the terrain shaped like? And we visualize it. We'll go through the gates, we stop, we close our eyes. This is 10 seconds down the hill. And we visualize going around that gate, and over that roll. And we do that piece by piece for 3 days and 3 nights. By the end of the first day, I think they have 1 or 2 practice runs that day. By the end of the first day, when we get to the bottom of inspecting and visualizing that course, we'll stop and we'll visualize the whole thing top to bottom. It's about a minute, minute and a half. So 60 to 90 seconds, they'll close their eyes, they'll lean on their ski poles, and they'll go through, and you'll see them like this, kind of tilting side to side as they visualize the course, going over the rolls. And it's like their muscles are doing the visualizing with them. So even though you're visualizing, it can be a full body experience. And we also time them as they're doing it. And when they do it, we'll just set them 5 or 55, and we'll tell them what their time was when they pop their head up, because they want to try to match the timing from the start of the race to the end of the race with all those pieces of the visualization, all their alignment and their strategy and tactics coming down the hill. So that's the be. And somehow I always put it with the do as I looked at this way to form my next thing. Is be do, be do. Okay, what do I got to do? My being was that fast. What do I got to do? Okay, let's do it. So I'm a male, and we like to get things done, accomplish stuff. So that might be part of my roadblock. But take that, and we got be, we got do. Once you've got the vision, now you know what to do and what you need to do, what you need to learn, what you need to start doing, what you need to practice, what you already know. And then those two go together and you start having what the results are of this future self. Really, that's the have. What does this future self have? I'm looking for abundance and impact. I am looking to increase my abundance and have more impact in my territory, in my home, in my family. I'm kind of breaking down kind of the way I coach and work with people in 3 steps. Bless yourself. That's take care of yourself, take care of your body, your budget, your relationships, your spiritual connection with the Lord. Expand your territory. Where do you have influence? Expand that. And expand that could be making it bigger or making it deeper. So maybe you're in a strained relationship with your children and you need to expand your territory that way by getting closer and more connected with them. And finally, serve His kingdom. So that's my 3-step process that I work through in coaching. And a big part of it right now I'm really working on is the finance part. So I keep bringing that up and talking about that because finances do an amazing thing, and finances can break up a lot of marriages and families. So that finance piece and that contentment piece in combination is the foundation for blessing yourself, putting yourself in a good spot to grow and to thrive and to be abundant. That's all I got today. You be blessed.